Hello everybody, this is Wise Exotics. This is Trevor Wise. I'm still a little under the weather, but I was going to try to do a video if I could, an update one. This is August start. So since last Friday I went to the ER. I had a nebulizer treatment with some fluids, and I was feeling better and hoping to be better. I then got pneumonia as well as like a cold and combo, and coughing up blood and yellow goo at the same time. It's not been a fun experience. I'm kind of on the tail end of it. I still sound a little froggy. I'm still coughing, so I just got to breathe very slowly and talk slowly. So if I cough or whatever, apologies. So within the Lowland tank here, or right here, I did get my new seed-grown Northiana, and on this side is right there is my seed-grown Mariliana, which are the last plants I was waiting for. Within the tank, you can see my bicolor there has already got a nice big leaf jump with a new pitcher already there. Now, I did put my other Northiana in here for comparison. Their leaves, it's actually, the new one is bigger than my original one. And its pitchers are bigger because, as you can see, my pitchers on this aren't that huge. They're moderately a third the size. So it'll be see how these develop. My Naga is right here. It's got a very red pitcher. They start very red, scarlet red, then turn to like purple, then almost black. And then there is the one I got from Greenwood Exotics. No problem with it there. That's a really tiny little one there. Nepenthes gracilis, which is variegated. It's fine. This Rafflesia striped has a nice big pitcher right here, as you can see. It's not yet fully developed, but it's getting there. Lots of good development overall. My three Hamadas are right there. Diabolica Cross Minima, as I said, has been throwing new pitchers off. There's one down in the corner up underneath that leaf tendril. There's one there. And then it's trying to make a new one right there. So it's doing really happy in the Lowland tank. My Truncata. I know someone wants me to do a spotlight, but I've been having breathing problems. So far it's got a new leaf over here with a new pitcher developing. Its old pitcher started to turn reddish colored, and it's got stripes, so I'm unsure how this Truncata will develop, because I assumed it would be a green Truncata with kind of like red stripes like its parent that I was shown. Right there is the really tiny Albumaragonata. On this side, that plant is the larger Albumaragonata, and that right here is the first pitcher it's developed that is fully formed. White stripe, perfect lid, no problems. I've had a lot of issues trying to grow that a normal pitcher off of this plant. Usually they either come twisted, really tiny lid. I don't know why. At least on the larger one. Let's see. Right there is my other Rafflesia. No problems. My Himalayanesia Cross Globasa is right there. And it's got a new pitcher developing in between. No problems. These are my three. These three right here. Not this one, but the one underneath it. And then the one hiding in here. Which got a big leaf jump since I got it. Are my three Globasa Cross Ampular Black Miracle F2s. They're all doing pretty well. This one's got a nice new pitcher that I can actually observe developing slowly. Lemon Cherry, doing pretty good here. I did lose Lemon Cherry's Mini Me, which sucks. So I've been keeping that for about 2 years. It was the same age as Lemon Cherry, but it was about that size, so it had been struggling. Let's see right here. So this is my car 0239. It had a huge leaf jump, and it's got a developing pitcher that it just popped right here. It's first pitcher with me. So this one had Sumatrana and some other stuff. The tag got cut. This Sumatrina, and I kept calling them Northiana, but this is Sumatrina up here. Clone BE right here, as obviously stated. Has its first picture developing there. It's slower than its hybrid. The hybrid has already put out at least 3 leaves with me, if not more, and it had a leaf jump. So it's doing pretty well in terms of the hybrid these 2 giant ones here are my Ampulara cross, Globasa cross Rafflemansiana. They're my 2 seed grown, and they're totally fine. This is as big as the leaf it's had, actually. Both of them had huge leaf jumps since I moved them into this corner together. I don't know why. But they're both developing new pictures in this development corner right next to each other, so I can actually observe how their newer pictures look. The one on the left here is white with red little speckles and gets red striped ring. This one gets almost a pure white body with red striped kind of faded lip, and then this one will more earlier get like a red ring, and then now this one, as you can see from its picture there, gets a red peristome ring. But it's very dynamic. They don't look identical, even though they're seed siblings. It's quite interesting. This one, excuse me, this one you can almost not see the stripes after the peristome turns red. The other one, the sibling, you can. So, that is the development of that. Some lovely one. This is the one I got from Josh. It's got a beautiful new picture right there, and it's starting to get redder on its other ones. Its sibling is right here. No issues. Velosa Hamada, since I put it in here and got a leaf jump, so it seems to like the conditions. All 3 of my Hamadas seem to like the conditions. These 2, which are the AW Timbusisi, AW4 and AW1, haven't been producing pictures for me. And this one, I can understand. It had, what's the word? Root rot, and it's been recovering, and it's finally kind of coming back into itself. Its pictures used to be about the same size as its tags, these tags, so it had pretty large pictures. This one appears to be one has been throwing pictures every time very happily. So I'm not too sure what's going on with the AW line. It seems to be one is actually easier to produce pictures. There's squatter here. This one used to produce a picture every time, but then it's slowed down. So, as I said, I'm not sure what's going on with it. Maybe I need to repot it. I haven't repotted that one, and it seems to still be doing okay. So, as you can hear, I'm still a little froggy. So that's about the new ones on that. I'm gonna move my stool over really quick. Okay, now we're over in the Highlands. Now, no real big changes going on over here. Yeah, nothing really big. My Raja Cross Burgundy, I think is that one. Yeah, Raja Burgundy or whatever. Had a nice little tiny picture. Usually they're about 3 times that size, so I'm not too sure why it threw this really tiny picture. Lovely Serpent, Vivid Machines are all doing really well. Raja Robla Cantley is doing fine. Cantley Avada hasn't thrown a new picture in a while, but it's developing one right here. My Vichis, 3 of them are right here, are doing quite fine. Since I moved them, they seem much happier and throwing leaf jumps. My other one is right there. My Ventricosa Lowii, love those pictures. It also has these beautiful, kind of like lighter green leaves. I think is a very interesting aspect to it. The Seagram paloensis, which also has its basil, is doing fine right there. Both of them have popped healthy growth tips since they've been in with me. As you can see, they're green colored little stripes in there, 2 of them. My other Raja peltata is right there. My big one is in the corner over there doing just fine from the looks of it. Did have a spider on it, had to get it off. My Raja Ima maybe is trying to give me a picture. My peltatas both have pictures, but they're kind of in there somewhere. It's kind of a fight to get into. Burgundy Crusclin de Flora has a nice picture right here, I can tell you. My Cephalotus Black is right here. It gives me larger pictures every time. This plant, which is an unknown, looks like it's trying to bring back that picture. I'm not sure. Raja Cross Edwardsiana, doing really good. My Edwardsiana is doing in there. Now, those of you had asked me, or are following the post, we did have a leopard slug inside the humidity dome. No idea how it got in there. This is a 100% sealed little thing. I don't know how it got in there, other than maybe an egg was somewhere in there and the humidity finally let it go. But it was about the size of my thumb. It was big and it was swimming around in there. It was on top of the macrophilia when I was pulling it out to check on it. And yeah, I killed it. Salted it, threw it down into a rag and let it die. Sorry if that's messed up. I don't like slugs, especially near my more expensive plants. I have no idea how it got in there. The only plants I added in there, which were these 2, and I've been checking daily, even while sick, to make sure there's no slugs roaming around. I did just refill the water in that tank because it was a little low. Maybe the slug was drinking it, or part of it. I don't know. My macrophilia, it's right here, had a smaller leaf, as did my Velosa right there in the middle of the 2 little white cups. Diabolica has been just fine. Edwardsiana has been just fine. That plant I'm not really too worried about since I've had it. I was really initially worried and hoping, but as you can see, it's ready to get another new healthy leaf and another picture developing. Supposedly, if it's in its perfect conditions, these pictures will turn scarlet red down to almost black. Because of this mountain range, I believe that it's from. Unsure. Let's see. Singulana X Diabolica, you can see it's a nice, healthy picture. I've been very, very happy for that. This thing is Petiolata Cross Burgundy. Finally had a picture pop. I mean, all the plants are doing well. Ooh, you can see a beautiful Minima X Mollis right there. My Bungso Cross Spectabilis right here has been kind of a hit or miss with leaves lately. I don't know if it's happy or just kind of all over the place trying to figure itself out. Clipiata, still Clipiata. Had someone tell me, having stripes with that is rare, and I'm like, yeah, I'm well aware of that. It's called a striped variegation. It's a weird Clipiata. There are variegated ones with white, apparently. I'm just the striped one. I did try to win another one just so I could have a similar size seed-grown one next to it for comparison, but didn't win it. Tried to get another Robocantlii. Mine is in the corner doing well. If you are into Truncata and you like Robocantlii, there's also a third cousin Nebularium, I believe it's called. It looks more like Robocantlii, but it's not as sensitive. It's another Highland, unlike Truncata. Truncata have more variance in terms of coloration and shape. Let's see, down here, not much going on different. No new plants or problems overall. At the top, as you can see, all the plants are doing pretty well. I mean, they're all developing at their own pace. I have no other major updates or anything going on with the plants at this time. I've kind of got all I really need. The one I really wanted was a Palamensis, and I stumbled across it, so I'm happy to get it. I hope it will get stripes, because I've seen some get stripes. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. I know somebody with, actually a few people with Attenborough, we were going to compare them because they're from two opposite mountains, but Palonensis is almost a darker version. Excuse me. My African violet is doing fine. I was thinking about getting another plant up here that was... I did bring my mangosteen in here. Someone had been asking about it. It's been doing pretty fine. It had a very yellow leaves when I first got it, but it's slowly been getting darker leaves. I'm hoping it's happy. It's a rare fruit-bearing tree, but it's got nice big leaves on it now, and it's just very slow to grow. Super glue plant. Greenwood Exotics should be happy to see this. Perfectly healthy leaf with an embryo node. This plant just does not quit. I quite enjoy this one's pictures, number one, but as just being a very durable Nepenthes, it has a picture on every node that's developing. It's just very slow, but it's a pretty hardy plant. I need to give that one some water. So see how the leaves on this ones are starting to curl inward on the inside? Whereas this one's a little moist, that one's dry, which I don't understand because it's in the center of all this, so it should have the most amount of water. That is my Nepenthes Jungabellus carsibulinensis. That's a ventricosa right there. My Spectabilis crossvicii. I know the ones up here, Bellii, Cross Aristo is just going nuts, and its basil, as you can see, is about half as tall as it already is. So, and Nepenthes Suki is doing pretty well. It's slowly recovering. Hasn't given many pictures, but it looks like it's trying on this newest thing, maybe. So overall, that's all the Highlands. Oh yes, Queen Melania is finally losing her large pitcher. Looks like she's developing several more at the time, and she's got a spider on her. As I can see some spider webs there. I don't know why, but last week I've been getting spiders in here, and that one slug. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm keeping the room shut more because it's actually been a colder week than normal. So I've been trying to keep the heat in. Anyway, that's for the early start of August. I hope everybody's doing well. For those of you who are going to ask me about the doctor, I go to see them on the 17th or 18th, I believe. I have it written down. And from there, me and my doctor will discuss further treatment, what labs I'll need to take, MRI scan, PET scan. Further on, if radiation is required. After that will be after the scan to see if everything's all gone and nothing's tried to grow back in like, a month's time. Basically, it's the point I was told. So that's on that. So if anybody has any questions on specific plants, hopefully I'll be feeling better coming week or two, and I'll be able to, talk and not like be struggling with a little cough like I am right now. At least I can breathe pretty easily this week. Not week, but this day. Last 2 days I've been able to breathe normally, and it's still coughing up a lot of blood. Not much, but at least it's healing, right? It's just part of the process. So that's it, everyone. No difference on the seedlings that are in front. I don't know if they're ever gonna grow, if I had a bad batch of seeds that weren't viable. Who knows? $30, it wasn't a big deal. Next time, if I don't see anything by the end of this year, I'm just going to dump it and try again, and I'll try with probably Carnivoro seeds and see what I get. So if anybody has anybody has any suggestions for a place to get seeds or whatnot, at that point I'll ask about that. Yeah, so that's all that's going on. Plants all seem to be doing well. I don't have any problems beyond little spiders And they're not anything big. They're those little tiny little spiders with like a ball abdomen that are everywhere. Like garden spiders. Very tiny. But they're the ones climbing up all my plants lately. There's also one on Diabolica crosserista right now I can see from here. So I will have to, when I'm feeling better, hopefully start going through all the plants and picking out spiders. They don't really hurt them, but they do steal their food if I was to let them hunt naturally. So there is that. Anyway, Wise Exotics out. I appreciate everybody's time and talking with me and chatting with me, still even on Instagram and whatnot. Wise Exotic on Instagram, Wise Exotics on Twitter. As some of you know or don't know. And I appreciate everybody who's watching, and I hope my little videos are helpful in maintaining and keeping your plants. I know everybody always asks temperature. My temperature range is, as you can see down there, I do have a humidifier that keeps this around 75% guaranteed. It can go up, but at the humidity dome and even at the humidity trays, which is these larger trays, it's always about 93% minimum around the plants area, just because of how large of a surface area of water that is. Because this whole thing here is one big tray, and it just emits water vapor. In the tank, it's usually 90 to 100% humidity. Temperature wise on this side is usually 55 up to about 75, 76. And on the Lowland side, it's around 60 up to about 80. Now, up at the top here, where Monk is playing for polo, those plants usually are in about 80. There is actually a small sundew there. I did not. This was one I had outside. I forgot about that. And it was recovering, so it's doing well. Drosera venusta. It was one I got from Predatory Plants, but it wasn't doing well outside, so I brought it in, so it's been doing happy here. I forgot about that. So up there is about 85, as high as it goes. So that's it. Thanks for watching the August early update. I hope everybody's doing well. Trevor out.